Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR Today for Tuesday morning. It's November 23rd, 2021. The man they call Meathead and the lovely, luscious Linda Kay. Good morning, Linda.
Ooh, good morning, Meathead.
I wanted to
Thank
do
you.
it in my Harry White voice. Luscious Linda Kay.
Oh, wow. Well,
You know,
thank you for that intro.
yeah, I was going to
It,
say, every time I, maybe get under the weather or whatever and get that lower voice, everybody's voice drops a little bit. I always want to start into my Leon Phelps ladies man. Yeah, this is the ladies man, and go ahead and take your lover by the hand and do it in the butt. So that was the ladies man. You ever see that movie?
well, I remember from SNL, Tim
Yeah,
Meadows.
that's it. Hey, I got my bottle of Cavassier, and best line out of that whole movie, best line out of that whole movie was your dad the hamburger? Because it looks like you're smuggling two Christmas hams.
I think I have to go back and watch the Ladies Man movie.
Maybe I shouldn't work for the company I work for and get the free cable that I get because when that movie comes on, I mean, I'm gone for 90 minutes.
There you go.
All right.
Holiday
Speaking of being
classic.
gone, we've been gone for now about a minute talking about just absolute nonsense. But let's get back into business and tell everybody, Linda, who sponsors us.
Our wonderful, tremendous, fantastic sponsor is Collar and Elbow. If you want to be like, for example, Carrie, the collar and elbow guy who was featured once again ringside on Raw last night, sporting collar and elbow, make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Look up the latest and greatest in wrestling street fashions, and to save 10% off your order, use promo code Linda K. That's LINDAKAY. Save a little extra cash for the holidays.
Yeah, yeah. And we're almost at the end of November as well, otherwise known as Movember. If you could help us out, let's try to raise a little money for men's health and prostate cancer awareness. Also, in the description of the show here, in the after we tell you what the episode's about, you'll see some links. One of those links, Linda, is Shenanigans. That's right. The Kevin Nash led party Shenanigans is happening again in Dallas on April 1st of 2022, the weekend of WrestleMania. So you want to be at the biggest party of the year besides WrestleMania? It's going to happen at Shenanigans, hosted by Kevin Nash and PWR Today and the Pro Wrestling Report. Linda, I know you're going to be down there, right?
Absolutely. This would be Shenanigans in Dallas, part two.
Part D. Yep. So where was the last one at in Dallas?
It was a place, and I remember this off the top of my head. It's pretty amazing. It was called the Iron Cactus.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that exists anywhere, that venue. I think me and Deanne had conversed about it, but instead, this year's Shenanigans party is going to be in a bigger venue,
good.
tremendous space to hold a bigger capacity. So everyone can come and party at the biggest party of
Yeah,
WrestleMania weekend.
and what's really kind of cool
It's
about
called
this is,
Gillies, by the way, Gillies.
yeah, and I had it too. I just didn't have it up as fast as you got it. What's great about this place is that, and this party is that I don't like hassling with paying for my bar tab or whatever. There's packages in there that'll get you to the open bar that just cover the
Yes.
alcohol, right?
Yeah, that's the way to go every year.
Yeah.
So if you've never attended Shenanigans, which I know, man, so you're first as well.
Yep.
Everybody, shenanigansparty.com has all the info right there. It's not too late to start planning.
That's
It'll
right.
be
You got
here
to get
before you
your
know it.
Yeah, you got to get your WrestleMania plans in. If you're traveling, decide what day of the week you're coming in. All that other good stuff. Last WrestleMania I've been to was WrestleMania 24 in Orlando, and literally, I was down there for the entire week. So, don't know what this WrestleMania is going to look like, but we're going to be in full force. Everybody from PWR Today, extended members of the PWR Today family as well, should be coming. So, I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's get it going. Let's talk a little bit of wrestling before we get into Raw from last night. AEW news unofficially, but really it's AAA news. Uh, Kenny Omega has dropped the AAA Mega title. Now, remember, at one point, Kenny Omega was holding on to the AEW Championship, the TNA Championship, and the Impact Championship, and the AAA Championship. Well, he lost the TNA and Impact Championships to Christian. He lost the AEW Championship to Hangman Adam Page, and now he has vacated the AAA mega title due to injury. I mean, it's 100%. We knew that he was injured. He was going to have to, he had a great run. He's going to have to drop the title. He's going to go get the surgeries and get healed up and come back, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I guess we don't know the extent of his injury. I would hope he could come back before the next AEW pay-per-view, Revolution, which should be late February. I don't think it's really been confirmed yet, the date or location thus far, but hopefully he recovers well. I mean, obviously, a huge star we definitely want to see back sooner than later, like you said.
Yep, sooner rather than later. So we're excited. We're ready. Now, we're going to talk about Raw in just a second, but we need to talk about a kind of one-off thing that happened last night at Raw. Linda, did you see the Seth Rollins and Finn Balor interaction last night?
Their interaction, or what happened after their match?
Right, and that's kind of where I'm leading to. There is, if you were watching, you might have caught a bit of it, but it was cut away from so fast that you might not have got all of it. Finn Balor was taking on Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins, as he's making his way up the ramp after the match, was attacked by a fan. There was a segment where Rollins ambushed Finn Balor before the planned match. Now, Rollins beat Balor in and out of the ring and then made his exit as the trainers checked on Balor in the ring. Rollins and a referee were walking up the ramp to the back as a fan ran down from the mid-level seating and tackled Rollins. Rollins and the referee both went down with a man of security rushed over, as did good old Doc Hendricks, WWE producer and Hall of Famer Michael P.S. Hayes. Now, I didn't catch it right away because, we watch with like a half eye, maybe a full eye sometimes, maybe we're eating, whatever. But I thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, is there somebody waiting at the gorilla position, kind of hanging outside the entrance? That's odd. Huh. And then, going through it again, because I went through to watch a couple other things before we recorded this morning. Yeah, that's Michael P.S. Hayes hanging out there. Linda, you said you caught a better look of it.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch it back, and man, I mean, if this person came from the middle aisle rafters, or what did you say, the middle
level seating
level? Okay, but to make it all the way down and make contact with Seth Rollins, and not just make contact, but he tackled him, he took him down. That's really crazy and scary. Thankfully, obviously, Seth Rollins is okay, but still, I mean, I just can't believe he got that close to him, and especially if he had to come down a couple stairs, aisles. Not really sure, but I mean, I'm sure. I mean, everyone's just shocked to see that and watching it back. I mean, ugh. I mean, obviously he was apprehended. We didn't see that part of it, as you
Right.
mentioned. The camera panned back to Finn Balor in the ring, but I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
the producers, switched to a new camera angle. So
Yeah, I mean, but obviously, I mean, just after they went back to replay, they did pan back to Seth Rollins at the top of the ramp. Obviously, okay. Obviously, this person was taken hold of, but man, that's crazy. And to actually see it live, typically these are moments that you don't typically catch live, or maybe it was at a dark or a house show, excuse me, or a dark match or whatever. But that happened right there, and watching it back, I mean, he took him down. It wasn't just like he brushed him or touched him.
right. I'm blown away by it, to be completely honest with you. I cannot believe that something like that happened.
Yeah, I mean, of course, security is, quite stern everywhere. But Barclays, I'm thinking there's extra security. I just because I don't know, New York 2 nights in a row there.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's not like they're leaving, because next week they're in Long Island.
Right. Well, I mean, again, thankfully, Rollins is okay. The man was apprehended, and that situation, is taken care of. But that's still crazy to see happen.
Yeah. Let's talk about Raw from last night. All right.
Yeah.
Linda, I was my normal sarcastic self yesterday morning, talking about, I'm Mr. McMahon, and I have you find my eggs. We postulated that the egg thing could go on for weeks or months. It lasted all of one night. Linda, Vince McMahon showed up on a Sunday night with a $100 million valued egg, made a big deal of it. It got lost. They're going to fire everybody. Every talent's going to be on Raw because I want to find my egg. Well, they showed up. Well, at least the ones that you saw on camera. How many SmackDown talents did you really see on TV last night, Linda?
Oof. Hard to
3,
tell
maybe?
because the draft took place not too long ago, and
Right.
honestly, I was just thinking it was Raw. But you bring up a good point there. Um, yeah, it was very reminiscent to the 24/7
Right.
chase, if you will. But I guess it brought an extra aura to Monday Night Raw. I mean, it was the Raw after Survivor Series, so I was expecting some big things to happen. But as we knew, we were going to get a continuation of the
Yeah.
egg, and you're right, it did just last one more night. I thought it was going to at least make it to SmackDown.
Talk about a death match on pay-per-view that just went. I think back in the days in the business, they called it the Drizzlins. That's what the egg is. It's the Drizzlins. I mean, he literally shit the bed. Sorry about the language there. This egg thing, and it's not like the egg thing even led to some dramatic main event story. It led to Austin Theory getting a title shot, which I'm not against. Not against at all. Austin Theory got highlighted. He got highlighted because of this segment.
And he got a selfie with Mr. McMahon. Again, not
And
many
Mr.
of
McMahon
us,
was watching too.
yeah, not many of us can say we had that.
Right. Barely any of us can say that we've actually stood inches from Mr. McMahon, right? I was very lucky once. Once. He didn't show me his eggs, though. So the reason I told the whole thing, because that's literally all it deserves. Linda, again, I hypothesized yesterday. I must be feeling better because the words are getting bigger. We talked about how, he does he feel like he pops ratings? This had nothing to do with anything at all. It was just a one-off device to get Austin Theory in the main event. Your thoughts on the whole egg catastrophe?
I mean, it started with the promoting of The Rock and The
Red
Rock's
Notice.
25th
Yep.
anniversary. I guess there wasn't quite as much acknowledgement of that movie and the relation of that egg to the movie as to why it was even there in the first place in Mr. McMahon's hands. And then,
well, he did mention it at some point last night. He said The Rock gave it to me. It's not even a fake movie prop. He gave me the real egg.
Okay. Well,
but there's no reason for us to know what the egg is unless we've seen the movie. So now they believe that we're supposed to go watch the movie to figure out what the egg is. But we could give a flying limp biscuit about this egg.
I still was hoping it was Brock Lesnar that took the egg.
That would have been great, because remember, we talked about it yesterday morning and said that Brock Lesnar's suspension is no longer indefinite.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know there's a better chance of him making an appearance on SmackDown, but the whole egg mystery could have, expanded to Friday night. But
the owner of the egg, Brock Lesnar. Can you imagine the T-shirts with him, doing his dance? What if he got an egg tattoo on his back and got rid of the beast?
Or the Jimmy John's got replaced with the
right,
egg.
Exactly. He's no longer sponsored by Jimmy John's. He's sponsored by the egg. Brought to you by the egg. Red Notice, the egg. I'm sorry, I'm clowning hard, and I must be feeling better because it's funny to me. I hope you guys find it funny too.
And I will say, it is great to see Mr. McMahon in front of
I'm happy to see him again. But
yeah,
it was a dud.
I'll take that.
It was a dud. All right, let's start talking about probably. You think that it can't get any better, and it got levels better last night. Riddle has a one-on-one match with Dolph Ziggler. They go back in the gorilla position. They interview Randy Orton, who says that, Riddle's gotten lost in his house before, but he never misses a match. Dude, Riddle showed up with a fake mustache and a goatee to try to look like Randy Orton. Oh my God, I rewatched it twice. I lost it.
Even the attire, we saw more.
I lost it.
Articles of clothing on Riddle than we normally do in a match.
Yeah.
And that was tremendous. Something different with Arcade Bro that just took it up another notch. Man, Riddle is gold. Not the golden egg, but he's gold.
Yeah. Well, he could lay a golden egg right now with how funny he is. Mr. McMahon, however, laid a rotten egg with this egg. More eggs jokes, by the way. I know my jokes can sometimes be a little poultry, but we'll move on. Thank you. I'll be here all day. All right. So not only does he come dressed as him, he does his moves. Play Randy's music. I hear voices in my head. All right. Not only does he do that, he hits the RKO out of nowhere, poses at the ramp, and you know what? Randy, for good measure, when Robert Roode, I'm Big Bob, tries to come in after Riddle, hits the Bro Derek on Robert Roode, and they're a team that are gelling.
Yeah, there were signs of possible tension the past few weeks with Riddle not taking Randy's, I don't want to say orders, but his suggestions and not to interfere so much with Amos and whatnot. But looks like that's taken a 180, and they're looking great and gelling.
All right, so the new and improved 24/7 train is now the male and female superstars from both rosters tearing up the locker room, looking under stuff for $100 million golden egg. If an egg was lost, do you think it'd be in catering underneath the table? Come on, man. But you know what? R-Truth grabbing a football, yelling, I got the egg, I got the egg. And then R-Truth going into the women's locker room, it's not in there, y'all. That was funny to me. Yes. Becky in the ring with her promo dropping hot fire. She literally shot down Charlotte and said, "Done. Who's next?" And really, she brought up a point too last night that we didn't talk about yesterday morning, but we need to. They were so bored during the women's 5-on-5, they started chanting and doing the wave.
Yeah.
It sucks because that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much as if they snuck in a beach ball and toss it around in the match, I suppose. Yeah. I did notice that in the match. I did. I guess I just didn't make note of it as we were chatting yesterday morning. But comparing apples to oranges, I guess.
Yeah, apples to slices of Pizza Hut. And cold Pizza Hut too. Bianca Belair took on Tamina Snuka. Now here's the only benefit that I saw outside of the egg was that Tamina got to walk to the ring with Natalya, who is a SmackDown superstar. So, and they mentioned, Natalya's here because she was part of this every talent had to be here thing. Tamina taking on Bianca Belair, but Bianca Belair with the big win. She got attacked by Natalya, but really at the end, Mount Dewdrop attacks Bianca Belair. And we've got something coming here. It's going to be Bianca and Dewdrop soon, one-on-one.
And Dewdrop with a new look.
Yeah. She looks kind of badass.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot better. It's a different attitude, a different demeanor, something more fitting the way she's been behaving towards Bianca, and looks like an alliance there with Natty and Tamina as well.
Yeah. The Profits, Street Profits, taking on AJ Styles and Omos. They had fire extinguishers in their bag. Everybody thought it was the egg, but it was fire extinguishers. I like the Profits, except what was up with the sign on Montez Ford? Ford is poo-poo or something like that? And they let that be on there and nobody took that sign? In the crowd, right on the hard camera side, doo-doo or poo-poo or something like that.
Maybe that sign was made on the spot and not spotted right away.
Being as a person who's had his signs confiscated from a Night Raw, I'll tell you that there are people that are always watching all the time, and doesn't matter if it's made on the spot or not, it will be confiscated.
Especially camera side.
Yeah, it's ironic though, because my sign said I'm here to see Jericho, and it was the second night of Jericho in WWF, and that's all I wanted. That's literally it. And then they made me take off my Monday Night Jericho t-shirt from WCW, gave me a Raw's War t-shirt, and says, if you don't wear it, you got to leave. But be that as it may. All right. Winner by disqualification, AJ Styles and Omos because of the fire extinguishers. WWE Women's Tag Team Title match. Carmella and Queen Zelina Vega taking on Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH. Nikki ASH is probably going to be changing her last name to GONE very soon because I've been asking this for a few weeks. Where's Nikki? Why is Rhea Ripley separate? They were even on separate sides in the locker room. I don't want to see her go, but she literally smells of future endeavors to me.
That's
It
tough.
sucks. It shouldn't be that way because she can work.
Right. I mean, and she was the one who got pinned by
Right.
Queen Zelina, and
She was
therefore
over with the
now
crowd too. I mean, but they literally just pumped the brakes on her. Took her off
just
TV, stopped giving her matches.
after a very huge year, a
Yeah.
lot of big things happening the second half of the year there for her. Yeah, I mean, that'd be sad to see. I mean, she had a huge rise in WWE this year, and again last night losing the belt and taking the pin from Queen Zelina, and therefore now new women's tag champions on Raw, Queen
Right.
Zelina and Carmella.
Which I'm
Um,
okay with too. But I mean,
right. It's just definitely a bigger blow for Nikki than it is
yeah,
for
because they're going to
Rhea.
keep Rhea. Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley's going to stay. Rhea Ripley has the size and the skill that she's going to be one that sticks around. The only time she's going to leave is if she has to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. It was a surprise. I wasn't expecting a title change to happen on Raw last night, and we got it. New women's tag champs.
The 24/7 title match, Cedric Alexander taking on Reggie. I don't like these. I mean, they're great as once in a great while, where a title changes in these matches for 24/7. 24/7 means it should happen anywhere, anytime, not an official match in the ring. Because again, the logic just blows me away. If it's a 24/7 title match, if I'm Cedric Alexander, I would beat the ever loving piss out of Reggie, get myself disqualified, because the second that bell rings, then I can pin him for the belt. It makes no sense. However, he didn't need any of that. Cedric Alexander wins the 24/7 championship. Then Dana Brooke rolls him up, wins it. Now, this doesn't make any sense logic wise. Nobody went after her.
Yeah. They just stared in awe.
Right.
um,
It doesn't make any sense. They've been chasing around people for 6 months to a year, but they won't chase Dana in a ring.
Literally right in front of them. I guess they never made it an intergender
Oh, it's always been
stipulation.
intergender. Guys have pinned women, women have pinned guys.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the hardcore championship, but the 24/7 one. Yeah,
I mean, Rob
maybe
Gronkowski, news anchors from Fox Sports, doesn't matter.
maybe it changed. It's now not intergender.
Well, if it did, we weren't told about it. Like I said, what the hell? And then if it's not intergender, how did she pin him?
Oh yeah, that's an extra good point there.
Yep. So once
Yeah,
it goes on to women, it
early
doesn't come
mornings.
back. Like I said, the logic is terrible. 2-on-1 handicap match: Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio against Bobby Lashley. This match's only job is to make Bobby Lashley even better. There was no win for Dominic or Rey in this one.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a continued feud between the Mysterios and Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley. I think that is set in stone after this. Yeah, I think that another title reign, another title run could be in the works for Bobby Lashley. He's definitely one of the top stars there on Raw, and I would like to see that, especially having MVP back as well. It's just and the Hurt Business back technically.
So in the open challenge for the United States title, I thought it would be, Apollo Crews or Commander Aziz, but Sami Zayn came out and took it anyway against Damian Priest. I missed the Archer part, but I'm okay with the split personality guy, because what happens is, as you saw in the pay-per-view, and you saw last night on Raw, what happens is something happens to him where it pisses him off and he flips a switch, almost like ringing a bell, and then Festus just, goes off. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I really enjoy Damian Priest, and I think he's still missing something, but he's there. He's right there. He needs more. So I like him winning, and I like him staying champ.
yeah. I also miss the Archer infamy, you know, persona, but I do like that split Damian Priest. And if you see the Titantron for him, you've got pretty much Devil and Angel, Heaven and Hell, and
Yeah.
they even said when that switch flips that there's the Damien coming
Yeah,
out.
and it's a great play. Like I said, there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it. I just think he's missing something. I don't know what it is yet. He's got it. Keep going. I need something else. He's got the size. He's got the personality. He's got a lot of it. The main event was Austin Theory, as you saw with Vince McMahon, when Sami Zayn said, I caught Austin doing it. And he says, your story has holes in it. I'm going to give it to Austin Theory. And Sami still thinks that the company is trying to, hold him down. Linda, I spent, I'd say, a good 10 minutes fast forwarding, rewinding, pausing, slow mowing, trying to read Big E's outfit. And that's a singlet, right? Or is that no? That's not a singlet because he didn't have two or one. What is it called when it's two, one over each shoulder?
I think it's still called a singlet.
Possibly, maybe because it's one piece. I don't know, but
I think so.
I'm trying to read his jacket and I'm trying to read his wrestling tights. Boy, that looks familiar. Boy, the way Big E is spelled on there, that font looks familiar. And in my head, I didn't realize it was going on. Is that a Seinfeld font? Oh my God, he says Festivus on his belly. That was my obsession for 10 minutes, reading all the phrases from Festivus on his outfit. Linda, did you catch it right away?
No, I didn't. I know you sent me a message about it, and I was like, oh, okay. Definitely an homage, or what's the word?
Homage.
To Seinfeld. Yes.
Yeah, homage is good. Tribute. It's a month early, but I don't care. It's awesome.
Yeah, right. And it also helped him.
Yeah.
To get that victory over Austin Theory, apparently.
Yeah, so let's talk about the match. Austin Theory getting a title shot against Big E. Austin Theory, if he wins, would have been the youngest champion in history, taking over the record, I believe, from Brock Lesnar. No, it was Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton, because it was Brock Lesnar at first, and Brock left the company, and they gave it to Randy to take the record away from Brock. Randy Orton. Right after the introductions are done, here comes Seth Rollins. Later on in the match, here comes Kevin Owens. Those two are going back and forth at each other, trying to interfere in the match. What ends up happening is, of course, Big E wins, but I think there's going to be a triple threat on day one.
Definitely looks that way. I mean, and that's a long way till day one for Big E to try to avoid interference.
To tread water.
Yeah. Not just one opponent, but two. Luck to Big E on that. I mean, maybe that Festivus singlet, give him that power to ward off all the.
Maybe we need more Vince McMahon eggs.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, that was the post Survivor Series Raw. I think it had some good follow-ups, considering like with Bianca, with Becky.
Yeah, Bianca looks strong again. Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Yeah, and the egg, and it just leaves this lingering feeling here for Big E.
Well, you don't want lingering egg smell. Yeah, you can't have it. Just can't have it.
No.
Egg salad sandwiches are great, but they're also referred to as fart sandwiches. So
I like egg salad sandwiches. Croissant in a croissant.
Love egg salad. That was Raw. And, Brooklyn, you had two shows in a row. You, on Sunday night, were doing the wave because you were bored. On Monday night, you sent one of your people out to attack Seth Rollins. Next week, we're going to be in Long Island. Hopefully, Long Island New Yorkers can behave.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. All right, Linda, I hope you behave over this holiday weekend. You are done for this morning, and we won't talk to you again until Monday morning next week. We got Matthew Thomas tomorrow morning. What are the Thanksgiving plans?
Well, in just a little bit here, I'm going to head back on the road, back to the Ville tonight at OVW. If you're in the Louisville area, make sure to head to the Davis Arena. We are filming our Thanksgiving Thunder special that will actually air Thanksgiving night on its normal night. You can watch that worldwide on Fight TV, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern this Thursday night on Thanksgiving night. So while you're with family having dinner, who needs to watch the football game that night? Go to Fight TV, watch Thanksgiving Thunder, see what happens when the Fanny Pack Kid and his partner Dustin Jackson go for the OVW tag team titles. We've got 3 titles on the line that night, so if not more, who knows? Cards always subject to change, but I gotta hit the road here, Meathead. It's about 6 hours south of me, and
gotcha. What's the listening for today? What are you going to be listening to on the way down from Milwaukee to Louisville?
that Ruthless Aggression season 2 that started after Survivor Series last night, I did not get to finish that. So I know it's video, but it'll be audio for me on the road. Because as you know, I've done that a lot, listening
Sure.
to a lot of WWE programming while I'm on the road.
Gotcha. If I could offer any suggestions, there's this podcast called PWR Today. You can download it on Apple iTunes. You can download it on Spotify. It's also on YouTube and Facebook and all the other places where you get your podcasts.
Well, of course, but since I did the last 2 shows, I guess,
you
I'm
kind of know
caught
how
up.
it's going to go.
Yeah, I think I'm caught up. But
that was my cheesy way of putting that out there. So
Right.
all right, for Linda Kay, enjoy your trip down to Louisville. Good luck to the Fanny Pack Kid, the kid with the Fanny Pack Cal Hero, and his partner Dustin Jackson on the Tag Team Championship match. And then we will talk to you guys tomorrow morning with Matthew Thomas. So for Linda Kay, the man they call Meathead, thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.